Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana Timirandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadutam Prajana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dhina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kantu Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhana Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Bhavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, translation and commentary, His Divine Grace Srila Asa Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki. So today's verse, number 19 of chapter 19, 8th canto. Chapter entitled, The Lord Begs Charity from Bali Maharaj. Very interesting title. So, number 19. Please repeat. Mam Bachubhi Samaradhya Lokanam Eka Ishvaram Padatrayam Vriniteyo Buddhimam Dvipadashunasam. Okay, word for word, please repeat. Mam, me. Vachubhihi, by sweet words. Samarajya, after sufficiently pleasing. Lokanam, of all the planets in the universe. Ekam, the one and only. Ishvaram, master, controller. Padatrayam, 3 feet. Vrinite is asking for. Yaha, he who. Abudimam, not very intelligent. Dvipadashisham, because I can give you an entire island. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. I am able, this is Bali Maharaj speaking, he's the grandson of Prahlad. I am able to give you an entire island because I am the proprietor of the 3 divisions of the universe. You have come to take something from me and have pleased me by your sweet words, but you are asking only 3 paces of land. Therefore, you are not very intelligent. He's speaking to the Supreme Lord. Please repeat. I am able to give you an entire island. I am able to give you an entire island. Because I am the proprietor of the 3 divisions of the universe. You have come to take something from me and have pleased me by your sweet words. But you are asking only 3 paces of land. Therefore you are not very intelligent. Purport Srila Prabhupada. According to the Vedic understanding, the entire universe is regarded as an ocean of space. In that ocean there are innumerable planets, and each planet is called a dvipa, or island. When approached by Lord Vamanadev, Bali Maharaj was actually in possession of all the dvipas, or islands in space. Bali Maharaj was very pleased to see the features of Vamanadev and was ready to give him as much land as he could ask. But because Lord Vamanadev asked only 3 paces of land, Bali Maharaj considered him not very intelligent. Mukam karochi vachalam pangam laite girim yad kripa tamaham vande Shri Guru dinatarinam mam vachubi samarajya lokoyam eka ishvaram padatrayam briniteyo pudimam dvipadashinam. I am able to give you an entire island because I am the proprietor of the 3 divisions of the universe. You have come to take something from me and have pleased me by your sweet words, but you are asking only 3 paces of land. Therefore you are not very intelligent. So, this is illustration of the Maya Shakti. Even in front of the Supreme Lord, the Maya Shakti can cover the living entity. You see, the dvipas, I am the proprietor of the 3 divisions of the universe. So it's generally considered Bhumandala, the upper planetary system, and the lower planetary systems. We are in the middle, Bhumandala. Above us is Bhuloka, Bhurloka. This is called Bhuloka because this is the earthly plane. Or earth is most prominent here, earth, and this is the most gross area of the universe. Then above that is Bhurloka, the place of the disembodied spirits, pretas, pishashas, bhutas, so on, ghosts and things. Above that, Swagaloka, mode of goodness is coming more into operation. In the Bhumandala system, mode of passion is very prominent. People are always breaking and building, going here and there uselessly. So up there, mode of goodness. Then above that is Mahaloka, then Jnanaloka and Tapaloka, and then Satyaloka. Satyaloka is the place of Lord Brahma. So the mode of passion and ignorances fade out until practically Satyaloka. It is stated in the Shastra that it is 95% Vaikuntha, but 5% mode of goodness, still within the material world. And so similarly, down Tapaloka, Jnanaloka, Mahaloka, these are the places of the great sages where they perform tapasya, meditation, jhana on the absolute truth. They discuss the absolute truth, up and up. Tapaloka is just below Satyaloka because tapa is very necessary. If you want to become Krishna consciousness, achieve a good level, you should learn Siddhanta, and then you should perform Nam Bhajan in Kali Yuga. You may learn the Dashamula Tattva, you may learn Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan, but on the basis of that good philosophical understanding, especially the followers of Mahaprabhu, they perform Nam Bhajan, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. You have to do that, and then you can go from Madhyamadikari to Uttamadikari. Otherwise, if you don't go to Uttamadikari, you remain. Generally, it is explained, to go to the Bhoma Leela, where Krishna's pastimes are manifest, one should have attained Bhava Bhakti, which is Uttamadikari platform. It was freed from the lower modes, and the innate Swarup is starting to manifest from the soul, and one is understanding one's own relationship and form in relationship to the Supreme Lord. So one take birth in the Bhoma Leela, where that Bhoma Leela is manifest. It's going throughout the universe in different stages, universes. So there, in the association of the Nitya Siddha devotees, your bhava will turn to a full prem, and then you'll go to Golok, if that is the desire of Krishna and your good self. That is explained there in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, right? After the Govardhan Leela, the Brijvasis, they were very amazed. Who is this person? We thought he was the local hero, our beautiful Gopal. So sweet and a great dancer, wonderful flute player, but something's going on. He held Govardhan Hill for 7 days. So they approached under Nanda Maharaj and they asked, can you explain what is our destination? We think you may be the Supreme Lord. So it's there in Krishna book, it's very touching, and also 10th canto. So Krishna revealed this spiritual world, and he said, don't worry, I am the Supreme Lord, and I have this whole creation, material and spiritual, is my Leela style. It is a place of pastimes, and this is your destination. So, but that aspect of Krishna as a Supreme Lord, the Supreme Proprietor, is lost. It's in 10.3, Bhagavad-Gita 10.3. Krishna says, if you know me as Ajja, unborn, Anadim, beginningless, and Savaloka Maheshwaram, then Savapapye Vimuchite. You'll be liberated from all pap. So similarly, if you achieve Siddhanta, and the goal of Siddhanta is to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Vedanta Krit Vedavid Eva Chaham. By all the Vedas I am to be known. I am the compiler of the Veda, I am the knower of the Veda. So the goal of achieving Siddhanta is to understand, be realized in Krishna Tattva. Krishna Tattva Vedi, say Guru Hoy. If you understand Krishna, what is that verse? Yomam evam asamudho janati purushottamam sasavabid bhajatimam savabhavena bharata. One who knows me as a Supreme Person, Purushottamam, without doubting, asamudho, sasavabid bhajatimam, he knows me. He does my bhajan as a result of that realization. Savabhavena Bharata. He is the knower of everything. Also in the Chatusloki Gita, what does Krishna say? Aham sarvasya pravavo matak sarvam pravartate. I'm the source of all material and spiritual creation. One who knows this perfectly, iti matva bhajantimam buddha, he engages in my bhakti, in my high level of bhakti. Then he can achieve Krishna Prem. This is a very important point. That, yes, it's easy. Because of the grace of Prabhupada, we have tapes, lectures, videos, so on and so forth. And the Siddhanta in ISKCON, by the grace of Prabhupada, is coming at you from all directions. Bhuvaneshwar's Kirtan, the Bhagavatam, the Gita classes, so many books available. We're so fortunate. Yes, it's easy to understand. Krishna is Purushottam. But then we should perform bhajan. We should know bhajan. What does that mean? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. We should engage in the tapasya to go from Madhyama to Uttama. This is the process. So, Bali Maharaj thinks that he's the proprietor, right? What's that verse at the Ishupanishad? Om Purnam Madapurnamidam Purnat Purnat Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. It's not mentioned Krishna, but he is perfect and complete. And because he is completely perfect, all emanations from him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Because he is the complete whole, perfect and complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. So this is Krishna. He is the source. This is the first understanding. If you want to understand Purushottam, he is the source. Atato Brahma Jignas, what? Janmadi Ashyata. Bhagavatam also starts. Krishna is the source. The Supreme Lord is the source. Then as the source, he can lay claim to being the proprietor. Just like material example, by way of illustration. If I make a painting, I can lay claim to the idea, this is mine. I'm the proprietor. I'm the controller. And then I'm the enjoyer. So that's also at the end of the Brahma Samhita, final verse. Aham hi vishvasya characharasya bijam pradhanam prakritim pumamscha. Krishna says, I am bija, I am the seed, I am the source. I am the source of pradhan. Then I am the source of the prama. The pradhan is the basic substance of matter. It is the substance of the causal ocean. So by action of the time factor and the three modes, it becomes differentiated into the different material elements mentioned here. So I'm the source of that base matter, pradhan. Actually it's not matter, it's entirely spiritual, because it emanates from the body of Mahavishnu. But by the action of the Kala Shakti, then the balance and the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, it breaks into the modes and interacts in that way. The glance of Mahavishnu, that is Lord Shiva in this Leela. The glance of Mahavishnu within the causal ocean is composed of Kala Shakti, the living entities, the karma of the living entities. They are withdrawn at the end of the creational cycle, and all their individual karmas are recorded by the grace of the Lord, and that karma is there, and the glance has that Shakti, and it combines with Mother Durga. Just you have the lingam and the yoni, and then the womb of the material nature called Mahatattva, and then from that within the different elements progressively come. But that is very interesting, because the modern material scientists, they speculate. They think that the universe, the gross matter, is creating the subtle, right? They think that a combination of material elements creates the subtle thing that they can't figure out, but call consciousness. But actually, that is completely reverse. The universe is a progression from subtle to gross. And we are in the most gross section, Bhumandala. So, and also they have a basic mistake too. Their basic mistake is that they think mathematics will reveal the absolute truth. Right? Every science, you know, whether it's biology, chemistry, physics, you can remember these arguments. It's very simple. They apply the formula. A plus B makes C, right? Everything. So that means their God, their book of Revelations, is the pocket calculator. It is the laws of mathematics. That means they consider that mathematics is more powerful than the absolute truth, because it will reveal the absolute truth. This is the fault in that reasoning. But no, my bank account or your bank account, very happy bank account, so it can be mathematically evaluated. Money coming in, money going out, ticket for the travel agent, ticket for this, bought something on Amazon. It's related to your life. So mathematics is a tool to analyze the creation. But just as if I know the mathematics of any gentleman's bank account, does that mean I know his life? No, I know one. Mathematics is a subset of the material creation. It is not the whole picture. The real thing is, he bought a ticket because he wanted to go to Mayapur, because he wanted to see Lord Chaitanya. That's not recorded mathematically. Right? So this is the difference. The scientists, they analyze through mathematics, an impersonal instrument, and then they come to foolish conclusions. Whereas the mystics, the romantics, they look at the rasa of the universe. The scientist looks at the sunset, or the beauty of the moon in the stars in the night sky, and they write poetry. The beauty of this, the beauty of that. They're focused on the beauty. But the scientist, the rasa vaisaha. So everything is emanated from Krishna, so it also contains that quality of rasa. Namani Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. So that rasa is there. So the material impersonalist scientists, they are hung up on the mathematical impersonal aspect, the Shakti aspect. The romantics are enjoying the color, and they're making paintings, and they're writing romantic novels and talking about rasa and love. Through love we know God, and if God is everywhere, as Dumas wrote, if God is everything, then God is in a kiss. So it's very interesting. So there's a scientific approach to the material creation, analytical, impersonal, and there is also the romantic, that is the mystical aspect. So in the Dasamula, for understanding the Supreme Lord, these three aspects are there. Hari Ishvara, Sava Shaktimam, Achincha Shaktimam, and Rasavai Saha. First is that the Supreme Lord is Hari. He is Hari, Radha Krishna, energy. So actually in English it means moiety, M-O-I-T-Y, moiety, T-I. So it is a jewel deity in that sense, but it is one deity also, because it is Ekyopyaso Rajitam Jagananda Kotim. It is all one, but it is all full of variety. So that is the Supreme Person, but then he has two aspects to understand him, and that is, he is the source of unlimited Achincha Shakti, unlimited in depth, unlimited in variety. So the scientists are thinking, if I know the laws of the universe, then I'll understand the universe. But what about the laws? The lawmaker. We don't have laws like in India. No, we do have laws, but they are made by people, right? But they don't want to recognize the Supreme Person. They want to exploit the energy. And then the romantics come along. The third point is Rasavai Saha. He's the source of all rasa, all the mellows, conjugal, parental, friendly, dasyabhav. Then the 7 secondary rasas, laughter, astonishment, chivalry, compassion, anger, dread, and ghastliness, all those. And then there's 33 Sanchari Bhavs mentioned, Rupa Goswami, Nectar of Devotion. They all combine to make all this, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So that is the Supreme Lord. But the demoniac idea, and this we see in Ravana, Lord Ram just appeared a few days ago. Ravana, and this is the Ravana religion that you will find. You see, the real dichotomy now in the political field, they say left wing, right wing, right? Capitalist, communist, liberals and conservatives, so on and so forth. Actually, the real dichotomy is between the demoniac and the devoted. Chapter 16 in the Gita, right? The divine and demoniac. So also here, the demoniac nature, you can see Bali Maharaj, What is the demoniac nature when Krishna, he says, so much wealth do I have today? Krishna, and I will gain more according to my plans. He is my enemy and I have killed him. He is my enemy and I will kill him. There is none so sublime and powerful. I am aristocratic, surrounded by wonderful, learned people. I will give in charity, right? I will give in charity, and thus I will rejoice. I'll give in charity, why? Because this will embellish my name. I've stolen the whole universe from Vishnu, and now I'm going to give a little charity, so that I'll be famed. So the Ravana, this demoniac mentality means that I want Sita, but I don't want Ram. I want the energy, I want to manipulate the energy, but I don't want to use it in Krishna's service. I want the opulences that are obvious in the material world, but I don't want to acknowledge that those opulences should be offered to the Supreme Lord. I want to take them. I want to take Sita for myself. So this is, you can understand this world in that way. People and religions and political systems and educational systems, especially in Kali Yuga, they are teaching, enjoy this world. That is Ravana. Maybe the English word ravenous came from Ravana, you know. Somebody who is ravenous, you say, I have a ravenous appetite, or he's a ravenous person. It means very lusty, very hungry, very full of desire. So, Ravana, they want to enjoy. And I think it's later in this chapter, Lord Vamanadev says, look, I'll be happy with 3 paces of land. If you're not happy with 3 paces of land, then you'll never be happy with the universe. And so there's no end to these people's anxiety. They're lost to themselves because they're always trying to enjoy Sita. But Ravana got illusory Sita, right? Illusory Sita stepped outside the Lakshman Rekha. He never captured actual Sita, but even illusory Sita he couldn't enjoy. And she wouldn't have anything to do with him. I belong to Ram. So this Bhuloka, this whole universe of all the Dvipas, including the lower ones, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Tala, Tala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala, and even Narak, it is all belonging to Krishna. He is the proprietor. But the Ravanas, this is the dichotomy. They want to enjoy this world and they can't enjoy. So they become frustrated. And then they become destructive. And then they want to make atom bombs and drop nuclear weapons all over the place just to show, look, my power. But they're always completely under control at every moment. And when Krishna decides, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Hiranyaksha. But it's stated in this chapter that Hiranyaksha was killed with great effort by Nrsingadev, right? By Vishnu, Vraha. So, that is Leela. You see, yes, Krishna is Sava Shakti, Achincha Shakti, and he's all rasa. But the real thing is to understand Janati Purushottam, to understand Krishna's personality. And so he's the source. So what has he created this universe for? To facilitate the desires of the rebellious living entities who want to be the proprietor. But also, ultimately, it is his Leela style. It is a place of Leela. Just in the same way that Golok, Haridam, Maheshdam, Durgadam, the prison house of the material world where people are chained by ravenous desires, he's the proprietor here. So his Leela here, one big aspect, particularly as Lord Chaitanya, is to show people how to get out of this world. So in this Leela, we see that Nobody is proprietor. Because nobody is the creator. This is the base illusion. What's that verse in Ishopanishad, number 14? Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani evanupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tatona vidyagupshite. One who always sees everything in relation, three things. Everything in relationship to the Supreme Lord, all living entities as his part and parcels, and who sees the Supreme Lord within everything, and that means that everything is within the Supreme Lord. Do you understand? If everything is, Krishna is within everything, that means everything is within Krishna also. Tatona vidyagupshite. Then he doesn't hate anyone, because he sees Krishna. So that is what the great acharyas, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, Srila Prabhupada, they're teaching. How to see everything in relationship to the Supreme Lord and not be ravenous. Just like second verse of Ishopanishad. Ishavasya idam sarvam yakintat jagajam jagat tena tak tena bunjita magrida kashaswitdanam. Everything is emanating, Om Purnamada Purnam, is an emanation, so everything is controlled and thereby owned, and therefore enjoyed by the Supreme Lord. Just like if I make a painting, I can put it on my living room wall and enjoy. Bring my friends and say, look at me, aren't I a great painter? So this is Krishna. He has made this huge creation, and he's created all the living entities to enjoy his artistry. He's made music, he's made taste, he's made smell, he's made sound, he's made touch, he's made all these things so that all the living entities can enjoy this creation in ecstatic bliss. But the art is to see Krishna within everything and to offer everything to Krishna. Therefore we have music in relationship to the Supreme Lord. We have artistry in relationship to the Supreme Lord. We make buildings as an offering to the Supreme Lord. We cook foodstuffs as an offering to the Supreme Lord. We make perfumes and offer them to the Supreme Lord. And then we enjoy susukam kartam avyayam, the ecstatic bliss. But we're not trying to enjoy ecstatic bliss in a selfish way. Just like the father, when the children are happy, he feels, oh, my children are healthy and happy and learned and smart and wonderful. So he takes enjoyment. So the devotee even accepts bliss because it is pleasing to the Supreme Lord. Just like the gopis, when they heard the flute song of Krishna on the night of the Ras Leela, they didn't think, oh, let's go and enjoy Krishna. They thought, oh, Krishna wants our association. He's calling us in the flute song. Let us go there and satisfy him. So that is seva bhav. But in the material world, everyone is this enjoying bhav, so they don't really enjoy. But the devotee accepts the blessings of the Supreme Lord, Ishavasya idam sarvam, as his quota. Thank you, Krishna, as his kripa. But then the verse says, Tena tak tenya bunjita magrida. Don't be lusty for other people's property, knowing well to whom it belongs. What does that mean? Does it belong to the other person? No. It all belongs to the Supreme Lord. So that is the problem. We are coming in this world trying to be the... I'm not you, of course, you're pure. We're trying to be the enjoyer. We're trying to be the proprietor. Just like that verse, Bijam Pradhanam Prakritim Pumam, Krishna says. That means the supreme enjoyer. I'm the supreme person. I'm the source. I'm the Pradhan. I'm the Pradhan when it becomes Prakriti, and I'm Pumam, so I'm the Supreme Lord. But we're trying to be the predominator. And that's all it is in the material world. It is individual and collective groups of animals and so-called humans trying to predominate over each other. Just like you will go in the jungle. Not very advisable at night. However, the hyenas are trying to predominate over the lions. The lions are trying to predominate over the buffalo. The buffaloes are trying to predominate over the hyenas, and so on. Everyone, the leopards are trying to, everyone. And then we have in human society, right, we have Olympics. He's number one. Everyone wants to be the number one. I'm the predominator. I can jump 2 inches higher than the rest of the world. I am the predominator. Oh, and everyone, oh, very good, very good, very good. He can jump 6'2". Wonderful, amazing. So everybody is trying to be the number one. But the devotee is Dasyabhav. Jivera Swarupoi Krishnera Nityadas. That I want to be the servant of Krishna. Gopi Bhata Kamalayo Dasa Das. I want to be the servant of the servant of the servant of the master of the gopis. That is the devotee's mentality. I don't want to be the big enjoyer, the number one. I want to please my beloved Lord and my beloved Lord's devotees. That is my happiness. Their happiness is my happiness. So that's why Krishna says, Sadhanam Hridayam Tvaham. It's a very beautiful sloka in the Bhagavatam later. Krishna says, the sadhus have only me in their heart, in Dasyabhav, in service. And they are my heart. The sadhus are the heart of Krishna. And they have only Krishna within their heart. I know no one but them, and they know no one but me. So that's very beautiful. That is the devotees. That is love. That is, when you love somebody, it becomes exclusive. This promiscuity means that there's no love. If you actually love somebody, you exclude every other object. So even in the material world, the poets and mystics, they fall in and they talk in this way. So in the spiritual world, that is. But when you love Krishna, it expands to all Krishna's devotees. So that is what Lord Chaitanya has come to give. But the basis of that love is Dasyabhav. It is not a grabbing bhav. It is a giving bhav. So the devotee, he's enwrapped in that way. Every action is yagya. Manmana pavabadmakto. Always have your consciousness on me, Krishna says, in a devotional way. Madhyaji. And do everything as an offering to me. Mam namaskuru. And pay your obeisances to me. This is a secret. It's not because Krishna wants people to bow down like Ravana and Duryodhana and Hiranyakashipu. I'm the big number one. He's telling a secret to Arjuna and thereby to us that if you pay obeisances to me, Arjuna, that will touch my heart. Just like we see, if somebody is very respectful to us, then it naturally touches our heart. We are part and parcel of Krishna. This is ahangara upasana. If you understand a little about your own self, you can understand Krishna. So just in the same way that we're touched when a devotee is respectful and kind to us, then if you approach Krishna in this humble manner, then he becomes well disposed. So it's a great secret. Manmana bhavamad bhakto machachi mam namaskaru. Do all your bhakti, but as a humble offering to Krishna. And therefore, the devotees, patita pavana, and that is in the teachings of when Advaitacharya, when Lord Chaitanya, he showed the Mahaprakash Leela. Each devotee had a particular relationship, and Lord Chaitanya, he showed Murari Gupta, his form in relationship to that, and this devotee. And at the end, he said to Advaitacharya, Advaitacharya, now you must ask a benediction. He was giving benediction to everyone. So he said, Advaitacharya said, no, I don't know, I'm satisfied. Devotee is satisfied. Vamanadev is showing us, he's satisfied. 3 paces of land, that's enough to lay your head when you go to sleep. Is it not? 3 paces of land, that's all you need. Then you can wander the next day and have another 3 paces of land. That's all you need in this world. A place to rest your head. So, Advaitacharya, please. No, I'm satisfied. You've already fulfilled my desire. You have come. I worshipped you with Ganga and Tulsi. You have come. No, Advaita, I want to give you something. So that's the thing. The devotee accepts the benediction of the Lord to please the Lord. This is the point. So Advaitacharya said, okay, if it's your order, Lord, then I ask you one thing. That those that are humble and approach you with humility, patita pavana hetu, you give them all your mercy. But those that are proud of birth and position and so on, like Prabhupada says, puffed up, don't give them your mercy. So that is very important to understand. No matter what position we have, whatever opulence, whatever ability, it all has to be seen as the grace of the Supreme Lord and offered to Him in a mood of great humility. As soon as we think, oh, like Bali Maharaj here, oh, I am the proprietor, I am the enjoyer, I am the controller, I will give in charity, then I will be glorified. Of course, he's purified later. So, he's actually waiting, Atala, Vitala, Sutala. Sutala is also the place of Maya Dhanava. He makes the UFOs and all that kind of place. So he's there. He'll be the next, Indra. And it's very interesting. So he offered the whole universe to Krishna. But that wasn't enough. One step, Swargalok. Second step down to Patalalok. Bali, you told me, you can imagine. I once went in a temple in Kanchipuram, a Brahmana temple, and you go down a small tunnel. I mean a small, ropeway. And then suddenly you come in the darshan area and there's a huge Vamana deity. And you're just like, so Bali Maharaj, my Lord put your third step on my head. Because what have we got? It's all belonging to Krishna. One step is our punya, second step is our pap, one step is the mind, second step is the body, but the third step is the important one. Surrender to Krishna. Because that is what we have. That is what Krishna has given us. Independent will. That's the essence of the spirit soul, the essence of consciousness, self-awareness, but also self-determination. So, that is the surrender. That is the only thing that we have to surrender. Krishna is already in control of everything. He's facilitating. There's that verse in the Brahma Samhita, Yastvindra gopam atavendra ahosva karma bandhana rupam falabhajinam atanoti karmadi nirdahuti kinchu chabakti bhajam govindamadi purisham tamaham bhajami. That Krishna, the Adi Purusha, he is giving everyone the fruit of their karma. Eko yo dadati karma. Whether it is Indra Gopajan or Indra, he's giving them the fruit. But karmadi nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajan. Those that perform the bhajan of Krishna, he burns up to the very root, the bottom of the root, their karma. That is Krishna. So that choice to do bhajan, to go to Krishna, instead of being a little Ravana, that is our surrender. That is what Krishna has given us. And it is how we use that. We have to, like Krishna tells Arjuna, Mahabaho. Arjuna, you're Mahabaho. Why are you giving up this petty weakness of heart? Why are you thinking, oh, I can't go on the battlefield, the women won't be protected, there'll be a lot of trouble afterward, I won't be happy. Right? Don't think in that weak way. This is my plan, Arjuna. So you're Mahabaho, stand and fight. Prabhupada explained in the purport that Mahabaho, he can fight with many, many people at once. Mighty armed Arjuna. But no, what's this? You're like a left-wing transsexual or something. You're giving up all your duties and you're in illusion and you want to be kind to everyone. No, do your duty, Arjuna. So what does he say at the end? Stand and fight. Huh? He didn't say, now Arjuna, I've given you a good lesson, now you can sit in the back of the chariot and it's all over. No, do your duty. You use your energy. Do your choice. You exert yourself, Arjuna. I've given you opulences as a Kshatriya. Now use them in my service. That is bhakti. But it is based on you. So, sadhu sangha sarva shastra hoy, larva mata sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. So by the touch of great devotees, then you become inspired in that direction. Mahatmanas tumam patha devim prakritim ashrita. The Mahatma is in the spiritual energy. What does Lord Rishabdev say? He says, Ahor Vimuktes. The Mahatma Ahor Vimuktes. That the sadhu is the door to liberation. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahor Vimuktes. Service to the sadhu is the door to liberation. As we said earlier, that verse, the sadhu is the heart of Krishna. Therefore, in 29th chapter, Uddhava Gita, 11th canto, Krishna explains bhakti in about 12 verses. It's remarkable, because he doesn't have to give all karma and gyan like in the Gita. But then he says, the worship of my presence within all living entities is the highest form of bhakti. So Bali Maharaj is going to see this now, and he will surrender. Because he is realizing, as we said at the beginning of class, this is Purushottam. This is the Supreme Lord. To hell with my seminal guru, my smarter Brahmin guru. He's only worried about his income. Don't surrender. No, I'll surrender, because this is Purushottam. So in the Bhagavatam, this is the revelation of Purushottam. You see? So, Kalo Nasta Drisham Esha. People are ignorant. They've lost their Vishnu because of darkness. Paranaka do not. From this Parana, they will learn the supreme Tattva, Krishna. And then they will, iti matva bhajanti mam. Then they'll become inspired to be devotee, you see. So, Bhagavad and person Bhagavad, right? This is what Prabhupada did. He wandered the world and gave us direction back to Godhead just by his presence. And he gave us the Bhagavatam so we can understand the person of Krishna, Purushottam, and then we become enlightened. And then bhakti, which is natural, Shravanadi Sudachitte Kuride Udai. It wakes up automatically. So that's the process. Good sadhu sangha, read the acharya's purports, associate with good devotees, asat sangi tyagi, e vaishnavachar. Don't, if somebody's asat sangi, he's dedicated to the asat, he's a little Ravana, don't bother with him. Upeksha, neutrality. Always strive for the association of good devotees. And then you'll be inspired. Once your bhakti comes, then you'll live that way eternally. Srila Prabhupada, Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Any question?
You convinced us that the scientists are bogus and everything comes from Krishna, he's God, that we should surrender and give our energy to God. And I just want to make a comment that Srila Prabhupada very clearly spelled out exactly how to do that with every Mangalarti, serving, preaching, chanting the holy name, and dancing. So we have guidance, but he's inspired that we should understand the surrendering process is very good.
Yes. So that, we have to surrender. We have to surrender to the sadhu. Tadvini pratipatena pariprashnena sayavaya. So we have to become sadhus, you understand? And the first step is to nastaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagav. All the bad qualities go away by hearing Bhagavatam. Prabhupada has constructed everything very wonderfully and scientifically. And we're very fortunate. We have a very nice temple president. He chants and leads kirtan and plays madanga nicely. So we're in a very good sheltered position. So now we have to take advantage, you see? Right?
Not the president, right?
Huh?
Don't take advantage of the president.
No, but I've done. We should always support the authorities, if I may say, because no, I've done management, and it's the greatest austerity, because we're a voluntary movement. So sometimes people volunteer not to do what they're told, but you're the manager, and you have to get things done, right? So it's difficult. So just like Sanatana Goswami, the Yavana king came, they were reading the Bhagavatam, right? But he still gave respect to Hussain Shah or something. So all the authorities here, they're very dedicated to Prabhupada, so we should give them good respect and always try to cooperate and try to take good instruction. And then we can live as a very happy family. You understand? There has to be a sense of dedication and etiquette and mutual respect. You see, that's the opposite. You see, in the material world, everyone is a little greedy little monkey trying to dash past the other monkeys to get the bunch of bananas. Devotees shouldn't be like that. They should cooperate together in a family atmosphere, right? That is what Prabhupada wants, and that's very pleasing to Krishna. Is that okay? Yeah. And we should respect that everyone is trying their best, right? Everyone is perfect and complete. Everyone is perfectly normal compared to themselves. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for nice session. Prabhuji, my question is that sometimes we see the person born in Asura family, the Rashtra family, it's very easy to surrender to Krishna. He can surrender to, like Bali Maharaj, Vibhishan. But sometimes we see that person who is very pious, seemingly very good, ordinary people, they don't science behind it?
Well, why do people not surrender? Like at the end of the lecture, we have choice, you see. And in this modern world, the modern psychology, it's victim psychology. Do you understand? Everyone is blaming. Oh, because my ancestors were put into slavery, therefore it's justified that I'm a rascal. Or because of something in the past, then I'm psychologically abnormal now. The victim syndrome. But that isn't Vedic, that is not yoga. This is the point I'm trying to make. And then also they have the Messiah syndrome. I accepted the Messiah's coming to save us. In the meantime, I'm watching my plasma TV. What did Bhakti-Vinod Thakur say? He said, forget the past that sleeps, and ne'er the future dream at all. But act in times that are with thee, and progress ye shall call. So we have this moment, we have this time. Life is a series of now. So whether we're rich or poor, it doesn't really make any difference. It's our decision, and we have to realize this. We have to realize that consciousness is self-awareness, but it's also self-determination. So people nowadays, they're swept up by Kali Yuga, and they're brainwashed to think that being a little Ravana, getting money and position and sex life, dhanam janam, this will satisfy them. So often, the person that's enjoying those things as a fruit of past karma, he thinks I'm very comfortable, and he forgets the approach of death. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. But often the person who's destitute, sleeping on the road, who has no friend, they turn to Krishna. So often material opulence, this is, you see, in the material world we say this is good and this is bad, but actually everything is bad. We don't realize how gross this world is. It's a prison planet. Everything's dying, but some people are in the first class section of the prison, and instead of eating the wet stool, they're eating the dry stool. And they're thinking, oh, I'm better than these people. I have better karma. But that soul there might be thinking, oh, Krishna. Right? 4 types. Surrender. The atati, one in need of finance, one who's in distress, one who is curious, and the person of knowledge, they surrender. So they're all pious souls. But the job of the devotees is to bring them away from any motivation that, oh, I'm doing it because I'm in distress, I want to fill my belly, I'll get a good meal in this place, or those that are just curious. We want to transform them into pure devotees. So we see the condition of everyone, but we have to, just like Krishna, at the end of Bhagavad-Gita, he says, now I've told you everything, Arjuna, what are you going to do? And Arjuna says, Karishyase tava vachanam. Now I'm ready to act according to your words. So that is the skill of the sadhu. He makes people realize their situation and gives them choice. And that choice becomes easier, as I said at the end of the lecture, in the presence of the sadhu. Because the sadhu, if somebody isn't envious, is self-satisfied, evidently so. The sadhu is full of knowledge, evidently so. The sadhu is manifesting good qualities, evidently so. Whereas people who enjoy this material world, they become fed up. Say you become rich, You become rich, but you live in a big castle with no friends. Because as soon as you walk in the street, somebody is trying to get from you. They're not concerned. Everyone is giving you sweet words. So wealth can be a great burden. So the sadhu, by hearing Bhagavatam, by giving knowledge, then people will think, yes. Now that doesn't mean to say you give up everything. That means you act from the position you're in. That is in the Bhagavad-Gita. Piety means to accept practice in accordance with your level, your development, your personality. Impiety means to not accept, or to accept a position within spirituality for which you're not qualified, or to not practice at the level of your understanding. That is impiety. So we don't say everyone becomes sadhu overnight. Don't dress like a Babaji, like the imitationist. You know, don't imitate Rupa Goswami. We say now, you're in your particular situation, now use that position in the service of Krishna. Add seva bhav, you see. So basically, any position is fruitful if you have the decision. You see, Maya follows your decision. Sometimes people say, you know, Maya made me do it. No, Maya made you do it after you decided to do it. Just like the Christians sometimes say, the devil made me do it. Right? So you go in front of the judge, and the judge says, why did you rob the bank? The devil made me do it. What will the judge say? Okay, go free. Where's that devil? We'll put him in jail. So these are bogus religious systems. They blame somebody else. I'm the victim. No, we have to realize that you are the architect of destiny, your destiny. And when you realize that, then the path to Krishna is open. Stand and fight, Arjuna. Don't become a wishy-washy. Stand up. Show some backbone. You're a spirit soul. You're eternal spirit soul. Realize you're the same quality of the Supreme Lord. Huh? And the Supreme Lord has given you free will, decision, self-determination. And therefore, you have no excuse. What's that verse? Ashradha dana purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapyamam nivartante mrityu samsaravatmani. Krishna is very strict. He says those that are not faithful on this process cannot attain me, aprapyamam nivartante, but mrityu samsaravatmani. They return to birth and death in this material world. Sometimes people think, right? Oh, I've taken initiation. I'm going back to Godhead. Huh? No. Initiation means start. That means you're on the starting blocks of the Olympic race. You haven't moved an inch. You could say, you could, just by way of illustration. So we should, you learn Siddhanta, learn Purushottam, and then perform Nam Bhajan. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Parasevanam. And then, you see, knowing Siddhanta will take you from Kanishta to Majjhima. But then by doing Nam Bhajan, distributing the name and practicing and getting strict as you progress, that will give you Uttamadhikari platform. So people don't know the process. That's one problem. So Prabhupada created ISKCON to create people who do know the process. Kalo nastam dresha isha. Okay, we'll finish on that point. Sorry, does that satisfy you? The whole point is self-determination. Be a man, Arjuna. So we should all be Mahabaho. Right? Right, the spirit soul is stronger than any arms. Look at our temple president, he's Mahabaho. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.